Hello everyone, this is Shadow SC2 and I'm going to be casting a 2 versus 2 that was sent to me from one of my viewers. He is here in the blue as the blue Terran as Decibel, and his partner is one of his friends that is going to be Theodosius. I guess he's going for a Greek name right there. The evil players, or the bad players, we don't want them to win, is going to be Joey, and as the purple Terran, and the Neil Terran is going to be Nailbird. That's actually a pretty funny name. Sorry, I had to laugh at that one. But basically, this was sent to me by a viewer. He watches a lot of my videos, and I really appreciate it. This is going to be a bronze 2v2. And basically, what I'm going to do with this video, guys, is I'm going to do the video just like I normally do, and at the end of the video, I'm going to go back and do a little bit of analysis for Decibel because he asked me to see what I could do to help him work with this build a little better. Now, I will apologize, I'm not the best at Terran, and I'm not the best at Terran with strategy, so I do have another video that I'm going to plug in. I'm going to plug that from another commentator that knows a little bit more about Terran. So, and he will definitely do a lot. He will definitely have a lot better of an idea than I will. But a lot of my knowledge will come from that video, so I will have a link at the bottom of the video after this game's over. But, excuse me, sorry. But as you can tell, this is a Terran versus Terran, so definitely expect to see a lot of tanks and Marines. But, let's see, as we see Decibel is going for a double gas. Definitely going to signal a lot of very early tech play, which I find very interesting. Which, although in 2v2, in 1v1, a very early tech play does come in handy, depending on how you do it, as, oh, it looks like Joey is going for the same thing. And Nailbird's just going, nope, I want minerals. I want lots of minerals. But, looks like Decibel is going to be walling off his front, as is every other Terran except for Theodosius. Looks like Joey is going for a 3 supply depot at the front. Just wants to make sure that nothing gets in. And it looks like Nailbird and Decibel are both going for the barracks, supply depot barracks. Now, I really like this double refinery play. That's very good for what he is doing, as I do know what he's doing, but I am going to let you guys find that out as the game goes along. Theodosius throwing down a tech lab as well as a second barracks. Is probably going to be going for a lot of infantry play. Joey throwing down another supply depot, just wants to make sure that it's completely walled off, and he wants to keep his barracks completely safe. Looks like Nailbird is going for a second barracks, just like Theodosius is. So, definitely going to see a lot of infantry play from both Theodosius and Nailbird. As Nailbird is taking a little while to get some units out, but he had to sacrifice some minerals just to get that second barracks out, so not a problem. We see a reactor coming out for Joey, as I don't see anything else. We got a straight factory coming out of Joey. Now, it looks like most of his buildings were a little slow because he did decide to get a lot of supply depots at the front. But luckily, he can lower those, and he can move his units in and out. Not a typical play, but in 2v2, you want to use some very atypical play to win. Theodosius is going for a lot of units. Decibel is going for a 1-1-1 build, which is very good. I like to see that. Definitely very initiative. And he is throwing a tech lab onto that factory. So, maybe seeing some siege tanks come out here pretty soon. So, and we see a starport coming, of course. That is a 1-1-1 build. We see mules being thrown down, very good. Energy very low. As Theodosius has chosen not to get an orbital yet. That's very interesting. And Joey has not. Neither looks like Decibel is the only one with an orbital command right now. Interesting. Guess he just wants to be able to load units up and go in case he has to. Looks like Joey is going to be throwing down some missile turrets and stim pack going down for Theodosius. That's going to be very helpful in this battle. And we do see one siege tank coming out for Decibel. He wants that power. And what do we see? A reactor coming out of Decibel. On that starport. And we also see, we see a fusion core. I know what he's going for now. He wants Battlecruisers. Very nice, very interesting. We see a lot of Marines for a Nailbird. And not many units for Joey, as he is going for a very late 1-1-1 build, but that's okay. He did get that engineering bay out, and he's getting turrets around the edge. Looks like Theodosius is just going to be going for Marines and Marauders, which is usually not the style you want against another Terran, but this is 2v2. getting a lot of units out is definitely the way to go. As we do see a tank and 3 Marines by Decibel, so he's definitely trying to save up money for that Battlecruiser as soon as he can. I would probably cancel that tank and cancel that medevac and just switch it out and go ahead and go for that early Battlecruiser, but then again, I'm not a Terran player, so looks like Joey is wanting to get an expansion as Nailbird is going to be destroying these rocks for him. And it looks like Theodosius is looking to maybe move out or maybe do the same thing on his end. Maybe they want to take down those rocks so that he can grab that expansion. What is this weapon refit? I've never seen that before in I've never seen that before in the production tab. Oh my. I apologize for being a noob and never seen that, but wow. Weapon refit, where is that? I guess it's gonna be, no? I don't know. Oh well. But as we are going to see the starport liftoff and land at that tech lab, it's going to be starting a Battlecruiser as soon as he gets enough gas. As Battlecruisers do take a lot of gas and minerals. They take 400 minerals and 300 gas. I wouldn't expect to see him throwing down some Hellions from this factory, as his money is getting quite high. And he's not quite at the 300 gas yet, so he needs to spend those minerals, maybe get some more tanks, some more Marines, maybe in a few Marauders. They only cost 25 gas. But I would definitely like to see a lot of Hellions. Looks like he is going to be switching out and get another tech lab. Guess he just wants to continue the tank support. But he is closing in on 300 minerals. I would like to see that. Looks like we are going to have a battle out here in the middle, but it looks like Theodosius' army is going to be vastly superior. Let's look at the food count. Lord, if I can find the food count. Oh my gosh, I am an idiot. Lord have mercy. I have not done a 2v2 in quite some time. So, I've never actually done a 2v2. So, army, oh my gosh, Lord. Just slap me right now. As we do see, Theodosius does have the strongest army, almost has the most amount when it comes to army size. But it looks like both Theodosius and Decibel and Nailbird leaves because he really had nothing else. All those Marauders doing a lot of damage to those buildings, and that medevac doing a good job of healing. Let's see, as you start, yes, that Battlecruiser is almost halfway through, so that Battlecruiser will come into play here pretty soon. And it looks like, Nailbird actually took that expansion. I guess Joey decided not to take it. Joey blew his over here, so as we can see, Theodosius' army is just ripping through this base by Nailbird. And if you're wondering, well, he left, why does he want to keep destroying that? Well, basically, Joey is going to keep getting the minerals that base is mining. So you want to go ahead and destroy that so that he does not have two or three bases mining minerals. Just like they want to go ahead and destroy this high yield, that way he can't just make units out of it and get more minerals. But it looks like that Battlecruiser is done, so he is going to be flying that Battlecruiser over. Most likely going to be coming over here to either take out this expansion right here or to start destroying these supply depots. But we do have 2 Vikings out of Joey. I don't know if he saw that starport or not, but that is definitely a good play by him because those Vikings are going to do a lot of damage to that Battlecruiser. Looking at the production tab, we do see the energy coming out for at the fusion core, and it looks like he already got the Yamada cannon. So, and we do have we do have siege tech coming, so that may actually come into play, as there is 2 siege tanks on the field. So that would actually be very good right now if he could just siege up and destroy those supply depots. But it looks like he's going to be able to walk up in here. Where's that Battlecruiser? Yeah, there's that Battlecruiser going to be destroying that planetary, which is definitely very good, for planetaries cannot shoot air. But it looks like those Vikings are going to be coming over to destroy these. Oh, is he going to destroy? Yeah, he's going to lose some units there. But he is going to see. Is he going to see this Battlecruiser? He really needs to take those Vikings over and start attacking that Battlecruiser before. Oh, he loses 1. Oh my gosh! And he's going to have 1 almost dead. But they are going to be able to start attacking that Battlecruiser. And I just want you to notice what happens here. We have 2 halfway dead Vikings and 1 almost dead Viking. And look at how much damage they're doing to that Battlecruiser. If they would have been at full health, it is very possible that they would have most likely taken that Battlecruiser down. So, are we seeing more Battlecruisers? No, that looks like the only Battlecruiser that Decibel is going to make, as it doesn't look like he's going to need any more. This army is just too large, as we see. Man, y'all were fast. But as we can see, we are at the 13-minute mark, and they do have a very large army advantage. We do have, paired together, they have over 110 as we see Joey has left the game, and the rest of the game is them just destroying everything for just talking it out. But alright, going back to the analysis that I was going to do, Decibel sent me this replay and asked me, and told me that he was going for a Battlecruiser rush, and he wanted me to look at it and see what he could do better, because he felt that it was a little sluggish. And as you notice, his first Battlecruiser didn't come out until about 11-12 minutes into the game. So I'm just going to look at it from my standpoint. I am a Zerg player and a Protoss player, so Terran is not my forte. But we are going to look at this and see what we can talk about, and then I'm going to plug the other video that has the Battlecruiser rush strategy in later. But I do like this double gas. That is definitely something I like, because you're going to need a lot of gas, as Battlecruisers do cost 300 gas per Battlecruiser. But looks like he is going to be making, and I'm going to be looking straight at this tab on this production, he is making SCVs the whole time. I like the wall off. That is good. In 2v2 and any kind of team game, it's really good just to wall off so that their army can't just walk up that ramp. Of course, with Protoss, it's a little bit better. If you have a couple sentries, you can just block that off. But especially for Terran, it's very good to wall off just so they don't have free reign of your ramp. As he does get that barracks down, and he is throwing down units from it. That's good. His money is getting a little high, and he has not morphed his orbital yet, which, when you're moving for a Battlecruiser rush, you really just want to go very standard, maybe a 1 or 2 racks play. Or maybe even a 1-1-1. You just want to go standard. You want to get that orbital command very soon after you get the barracks. There you go. Now, he is throwing down a factory. That's good. I do like that. Oh, because you're going to get that starport as soon as possible. If you're going for an actual rush, you want to get that as soon as possible. But looking at the barracks, he is still making Marines just in case something happens. And that orbital command is almost coming down. We're going to speed this up just a little bit, because he's all we're looking at right now. As you guys already know the result of the game. It looks like he is making just more SCVs. He stopped making Marines. There he goes. He makes another one. Looks like right now, just little small bumps in his mechanics. As he is throwing out a tech lab on that factory, I do like that. And he's throwing down a starport. I do like that too. And he is throwing down a second barracks. I like that as well. So right now he's doing very good. He is throwing a tech lab onto that barracks, and that's good because he needs to start getting Marauders out, because getting Marauders out, and even getting that Marauder slow would actually help. Because right now he is still a long way away from Battlecruisers. Now that reactor I'm not so sure about. I don't know, unless you're just wanting to go mass Hellions after this. And that tank, okay, first things first. I really don't care for that tank, simply because that eats up 125 gas. You're going to need all the gas going to need all the gas that you can get, because fusion cores do cost 150 gas, and then you still got to have 300 gas to throw down your first Battlecruiser. So that tank I'm not too happy about, just because it eats up a lot of gas. But it's his style. But I think if you cut that tank back, you will actually get that fusion core a lot faster. I mean, you'll actually get that first Battlecruiser out a lot faster. All right, let's look right now, because let's see if he cuts that reactor off, cuts that tank off. Let's see, is he making any Marauders? He's got one Marauder. That's not too bad. If he cuts that tank off right now, he'll be at about 200 gas. And let's see, that fusion core is about 12 seconds away from finishing. And he does actually have another tank queued up. So right now, if he cuts that tank out, he will actually be at 300 gas. Because if he cuts that tank, does not make that tank, maybe makes a Hellion or two, that puts him at 200 gas. Cuts that tank off, that puts him at 300 gas, and within 12 seconds he will switch these two buildings. He will have his first Battlecruiser started at around the 7-minute and 10 second mark. So if you're going for a rush, that's definitely what you want to do. So, but it looks like he is actually going to start a medevac here. Looks like he's more worried about getting broken at the front, which I admit is definitely a good possibility in 2v2. As you'll see, a lot of just straight Marine rushes, which I can understand why he does this. But if you're just going for a straight rush, then you want to get that Battlecruiser out as fast as possible. And as you get in the Yamada cannon, which I think with a rush, it can be good or it can be bad. But I'm just going to make a comment here. As you notice, he did make a medevac and a second tank. I think the style of play that he is going for, as in 2v2, is more eventual battle cruisers, which is definitely, I do like that. If you're going for just eventual battle cruisers, I do like that you're getting a decent sized army here. That way you can defend yourself. And plus, his ally definitely had a very good army. He was 51 of 51, so in 2v2 that's very good. You definitely want to have a large army. And I will say that Battlecruiser Rush is really more geared toward 1v1 because you want to have it fast. Your opponent doesn't have many units. You want to be able to send SCVs down to repair it along with whatever army you have. And I'm going ahead and tell you the video that I found that has a good Battlecruiser Rush strategy is by Force SC2 Strategy, and I will have the link in the bottom bar when I upload this. But he definitely has a very good Battlecruiser Rush strategy. His Battlecruiser comes out at about the 8.5 to 9 minute mark, and by that time he has a lot of Marauders and a lot of Hellions to support that Battlecruiser. Of course, he is playing against Protoss, so you'll have to switch it up a little bit against other Terrans or another a Zerg player. But either way, and if he wants to go for Rush, I would definitely cut these tanks out and maybe make more Hellions. And Hellions are actually good against Terran because you look at this army, it is almost 100% Marines. It's actually 100% Marines. Hellions will do a lot of damage. So cut these tanks back and you'll actually get that Battlecruiser out a little faster. You'll actually get that Battlecruiser started right as the fusion core finishes. So that's definitely something I would think of as, what does he have this waypoint? I don't know why he says it there, but anyway. Decibel, that's what I think as far as your strategy goes. I like everything you did. I like the double gas going down at the same time. I like the 1-1-1 build that you did, barracks, factory, starport, and getting another barracks just in case. I do like that. The only thing is you just need to make sure you don't build units that will cut your gas down because battlecruisers cost a lot of gas. Now, you were using mules correctly, so you were getting a lot of minerals, no problem there. And you threw down that fusion core right as soon as that starport finished, so I do like that. You did everything right except you might want to cut those 2 tanks back, maybe get some Hellions. And then once you do that, you can actually, once that reactor's finished, I actually like that reactor because once that reactor's finished, you can lift these 2 buildings, switch them out, and you can start getting more Hellions out. And still, right as that fusion core ends, you'll still have 400, 300. So you will be able to get that Battlecruiser out. So thanks, guys. I hope this replay was a little different, as I did do some analysis at the end of the game for Decibel. And Decibel, I hope this helps, and I will have a link to the other Battlecruiser Rush strategy in the link bar. And I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys later.